What's crazy to me is how overvalued motivation, hard work, and grit is in today's day and age. We as a society think that it's because of our hard work, motivation, and grit that makes us successful. As a result, people are more stressed, anxious, and running on a never-ending treadmill every single day. The truth is, there is no need to work 9-hour days and bust your butt off in order to see results. That's like digging a hole with a shovel when you can now use a machine to do the heavy lifting for you. Either way, you get the same results without the extra sweat. Now, again, don't get me wrong here. I'm not telling you not to work, but how are you choosing to work is where I see a majority of the population doing it all wrong. So we oftentimes negate that our environment can be used as a tool that can help us work more strategically, effectively, and much more smarter. And because you are in your environment every single day, why not take the necessary steps to allow it to give you a helping hand? In his book, Atomic Habits, James Clear quotes that our environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. So we tend to believe that our success is a product of our motivation, our talent, and our efforts. But the surprising thing is that over time, your personal characteristics and success tends to get overpowered by your environment. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can maximize your success to attract even more opportunities into your life by designing your environment in a way that accelerates your results. Stop living by default. So if you want to discover how you can design an environment that will help you get into motion without you having to try so hard, keep on watching. All right, so the first thing you can do is automate as much as you can. So here's an example. I used to waste a lot of time on Facebook. I'd easily rack up 4 hours of unproductive time scrolling on Facebook when I could be using that time for something even more productive. So whether that is going on Facebook out of sheer boredom or procrastination, there's really an easy way to eliminate your Facebook usage by using website blockers. So I use something called Work Mode, which is a Google Chrome extension. Now there are a ton out there, and now I only spend like an average of 60 minutes on Facebook each day. And because the other times I'm locked out, that 1 hour I am on Facebook, I'm very, very intentional with how I'm using the platform. Therefore, automating your decision making so that you're not fighting with your willpower each day is crucial. Again, your willpower is not your friend. Automation and subconscious habits are. The second thing is to eliminate the negative. So just like it's imperative to declutter your space, like I tell all of my clients, it's also imperative to get rid of the things that are not serving you. So obviously there are going to be things in your home that you can't just simply eliminate. So for example, for me, because I live with my partner who enjoys watching TV at the end of the day to unwind, I have to do other things in order to eliminate my TV usage during the day, as it cuts into the time for me to be even more productive. So what I do is that I buy a TV cover and I put it over the TV during the day while I'm working from home, so that way I'm not distracted. Sometimes what I even do is that I unplug the TV so that it's a hassle to even set up for me. So another bad habit I used to have is always going on Instagram or social media during the day or during breaks. And every time I went on social media unintentionally, I would get sucked into watching other people doing whatever they're doing. So there was a time that I would spend mindlessly 30 minutes of my time just scrolling. And when I looked at the time, I was so shocked at how much time I wasted just looking at other people. So what I did to solve that problem was to put Instagram, the app, on the second page of my home screen. So the third thing you can do is to get in flow. So we often do things out of sheer habit because it's already on the way, right? So it's much more convenient for us to, for example, let's say meditate more because let's say when we open our phone, the first thing that you see is your meditation app. That's exactly what I do. But not only that, what I've experimented with is that the concept of flow and ease applies to everything, even in business. So I've noticed that people are more than likely to purchase something if they already purchased one thing. So a good example is the brand Organifi, right? So if you look closely at the way they designed their funnels or their page, you'll see that after you decide to purchase one item, when prompted to the next screen, there's an option to buy even more. So the reason for this is because it's convenient and it's in flow with the current direction of where things are going, where the consumer is going. So it makes logical sense for the consumer to even buy more because it's already on that path, right? So remember, just like when you are strategically placing things in your home for optimal flow, you can use the same concept with all areas of your life. Now that I've shown you how you too can strategically have your environment work for you, I'm going to share with you one more thing that not a lot of people talk about, and that is activating energy in your given space and environment. So I'll tell you a story really quick. When I was in the 7th grade, a very bizarre thing happened to me when I got the flu and was bedridden for a week. So for 1 week, I stayed in bed except when I had to use the bathroom. So my mom would bring me soup and water, but other than that, I laid in bed, right? So that was also probably the longest I stayed in bed for. And I must have watched so much TV in that 1 week that I didn't need to watch anymore for years to come. So a week was all it took for my body to get used to being in stagnation. So when I got over my flu, I tried to walk and I couldn't walk properly. I still remember going to Costco with my parents the weekend I got better, and in an attempt to get out of the house, I remember trying to get out of the car when we arrived, and I started crying because I couldn't move my legs the same. So when my parents and I consulted a doctor, he basically said that he didn't see anything wrong with me except that my body got stagnant over time. So luckily, after several weeks of moving consistently, I was able to move normally again, but that experience was something I would never ever forget. Moral of the story is if you don't use it, you lose it. So just like a muscle that's not been worked on for quite some time, the energy in your home, when unactivated, will become filled with stagnant energy and become dormant. So a good example is my grandmother's basement, right? That's the best definition, because if you've never been in a room or home that hasn't been used or lived in for quite some time, there's kind of this damp, eerie feeling that's pretty much unexplainable, right? And if you've been in such rooms, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Which is why it's so important to activate a space that has good energy. So not only will it attract more energy, better energy into your home or space, your overall well-being will be improved through these types of activations. So you're probably thinking, well, how can I actually activate a given space in my home? Good question. So put simply, being in that given space is the best way to activate energy and get it flowing. Because we are all made out of energy ourselves, having moving energy in a room is, in my opinion, the best way to activate a space. Now, I'll explain how you can actually supercharge your room with other tools in a bit, but for now, just know that if you want to activate a given room, you can just frequently be and work there. Now, my other top 3 things I like to do in order to supercharge a given sector of the home is by using either a water fountain, candles, or crystals. Now, supercharging a given area is kind of like drinking a pre-workout drink before a workout. Now, normally people take pre-workout drinks right before a workout in order to get an energy boost, right? So that they can work out even more effectively. The same can be looked at when it comes to boosting the energy of a given room. So water and fire are the most active elements in the 5-element theory. And I always like to tell my clients to put a water fountain where their wealth sector is in their home to speed up the good energy flowing to you. And if you're wondering, where your personal wealth sector is in your home, then make sure you get my book where I share with you how you can attract more opportunities your way. So make sure you click on the link in the description below. Again, you can also use candles and crystals in a given space. It doesn't have to be a water fountain, okay? Anything that emulates energy. Now, if you love the tips that I gave you so far, then make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that you'll get notified the next time I give away more hacks and tips that will help you in your life and business. And if you want to learn more about mindset, marketing, and metaphysics, make sure you check out these 2 videos right over here. Awesome. So anyways, guys, I love you, I appreciate you, and I cannot wait to bring more goodies for you in the future videos. So I'll see you next time. Bye.